Autoline Daily is brought to you by Bridgestone, your journey, our passion, and by Dow Automotive Systems, improving durability and increasing design flexibility with Betamate structural adhesives at dowbetamate.com.
Hello and welcome to the Friday edition of Autoline Daily. Friday, wow, another week flashes by. But let's get to the latest news in the global automotive industry. A year ago, Ford CEO Alan Mulally told his European dealers that Ford was going to bring 15 new models to the market in the next 5 years. And they all cheered loudly when he told them that would include the Mustang. But now Steve Odell, the chairman of Ford of Europe, says that they decided to bump that up to 25 new models. And these are all new entries or completely redesigned vehicles, not new trim lines or modest facelifts. Some of those models will be added to Ford of Europe's factories, which will boost capacity utilization, which ties in with the company's plans to have those facilities completely profitable by the end of 2015. Sales of the Chevrolet Volt and its kissing cousin, the Opel Ampera, are going nowhere in Europe, and it's easy to see why. As you know, I was at the Frankfurt Auto Show this week, and I was stunned to see that the Volt is priced at 42,950 euros. That is about $57,000, and it's almost $22,000 more than the price in the States. For the first 6 months of this year, GM only sold 232 Volts and only 179 Opel Amperas in Europe. That compares to sales of nearly 4,000 Nissan Leafs, which carries a base price of only $25,000 in Europe. And speaking of the Leaf, Nissan just started a certified used car program for the electric car in the U.S. market. And it's a pretty good deal. On top of the existing warranty, which is pretty generous, Nissan will extend the used car's warranty to 7 years and 100,000 miles. It also offers 24-hour emergency roadside assistance, a 3-month subscription to satellite radio, trip interruption coverage, and rental car reimbursement. But to qualify for the CPO program, the car must have less than 60,000 miles, be less than 5 years old, have a clear Carfax vehicle history report, and pass a 167-point comprehensive quality inspection. The vehicle must also have a minimum of 9 bars of battery capacity out of a total of 12. Fiat Chrysler CEO Sergio Marchionne says that the company's initial public offering could happen in the first quarter of next year. Fiat currently owns just under 60% of Chrysler and wants to buy back the remaining shares that are owned by the UAW's Viva Healthcare Trust Fund. But Reuters reports that Marchionne says the two sides still are not close on a buyout number, so maybe it will happen then, and maybe it will not. And in other Chrysler news, Jeep just launched a special version of the Wrangler called the Dragon Edition, which the company showed a concept of at last year's Beijing Auto Show. It's based on the Wrangler Sahara, but is only available in black and as a 4-door model. However, it features bronze satin gloss details, both inside and out, and a dark charcoal Dragon decal that runs from the hood along the driver's side of the vehicle. The company will build a limited number of Dragon Edition models, which go on sale this fall with a starting price of $36,000. New car sales in the U.S. will come close to 16 million units this year, but used car sales will top 40 million units. So how can you tell what kind of fuel economy you might expect to get from a used car? Well, the U.S. Department of Energy and the EPA just came up with a new label that features fuel economy and CO2 estimates for used vehicles. Consumers can create the label at the website fueleconomy.gov, which can then be printed out or saved digitally for online advertisements. The new feature is only available for cars sold in the U.S. since 1984. Coming up next, what if automakers could figure out how to steer customers to the right kind of car for them based on an assessment of their personality? Believe it or not, Ford's looking into that, and we'll have more about it right after this.
Here's another great thing about the all-around performance of our Dueler tires. A comfortable, quiet ride.
Oh.
At Bridgestone, our passion for performance knows no bounds.
Myers-Briggs is the name of a personality assessment program that's been around for over 60 years. It's based on a series of questions that people answer that helps determine one of 16 different personality types. Businesses have used Myers-Briggs for years as a management tool to help executives figure out how to manage people more effectively. But now Ford is exploring whether that can also help the company steer customers to the right kind of car based on their personality. That's the topic on Autoline this week, and here's a little taste of what that show is all about.
So I don't think that Ford or anybody here is going to psychoanalyze you in 5 minutes and then give you exactly the perfect car for the rest of your life, or make you happy for the rest of your life if you're basically not happy. So, but that said, what this does, and this approach does from a marketing perspective, is increase the involvement level. Customers may already know what car they're going to get when they walk in the showroom, but for them to engage in this process and then find out that they're being reinforced, in other words, what they said they thought they liked is also what comes out in their personality test, that can be a wonderful thing too. We want to feel good about our purchase decisions, not just at the time of purchase, but going forward. And we're always seeking to confirm that we've made the right decision. So this gives us another way to do that, which is wonderful.
In fact, don't they say that most advertising is really done to convince you that you made a good purchase rather than try to lure new people into the product?
Absolutely. That's why you believe that there's more advertising for a particular vehicle that you've chosen after you've bought the vehicle as opposed to before. And they're not sitting there turning up the dial in the advertising after you bought the vehicle, but it feels that way because you're seeking to confirm, it's called confirmation bias, seeking to confirm the decisions you've already made.
By the way, Lori Kostju from the Ford Motor Company, Michael Segovia from CPP Incorporated, and Christy Nordhelm from the University of Michigan are my guests on that program. And of course, you can watch the entire show right now at our website, www.autoline.tv, or check us out on our YouTube channel. Just look for the Autoline Network. Anyway, that wraps up this week's reports. Have a great weekend, and please join us back here again on Monday.
Ward's is the industry leader for news, data, and analysis. That's why companies across the globe subscribe to our premium service, maybe even your own. Log in for subscriber access now. Check your company's intranet for details and rely on wardsauto.com to keep you informed.